Ever felt like love is a beautiful, irresistible trap? That tingling sensation, the butterflies, the feeling that you finally found your other half. What if I told you it's all a grand illusion, a magnificent trick played on us by nature itself? Today, we're diving deep into the mind of the notoriously pessimistic but brilliant philosopher, Arthur Schopenhauer, to understand why he believed love is the ultimate trap. And guess what? You're already caught. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of Schopenhauer's rather gloomy take on romance, let's be clear. This isn't about bashing love. It's about understanding its powerful, underlying mechanics from a unique philosophical perspective. It might just change the way you see your relationships, past, present, and future, forever. So, who was this Schopenhauer guy? Picture a 19th century German philosopher, known for his sharp intellect and even sharper pessimism. He looked at the world and saw not a playground of reason and progress, but a chaotic arena of a blind, striving force he called the will to life. What is this will to life? Imagine it as the fundamental, instinctual drive that exists in every living thing. It's the relentless urge in a plant to grow towards the sun, the instinct in an animal to hunt and reproduce, and the deep, often unconscious desires that drive us, humans. According to Schopenhauer, this will has one single, overarching goal: to perpetuate itself, to continue life, no matter the cost to the individual. We are, in essence, puppets of this cosmic force. Now, where does love fit into this picture? Right at the very center. Schopenhauer argues that what we call romantic love, that passionate, all-consuming feeling, is the most ingenious tool the will to life has to ensure its primary objective: reproduction. It's not about your happiness. It's about the creation of the next generation. Think about it. When you fall in love, what happens? Your entire world shifts. The person you've fallen for becomes the center of your universe. Schopenhauer would say this isn't a coincidence. This is the will to life hijacking your rational mind. It dresses up its biological agenda in the beautiful clothes of romance, poetry, and soulmates. It creates a powerful illusion to make you believe that your personal happiness is tied to being with this specific person. He calls this the genius of the species. This genius works through our instincts, making us seek out a partner who can best neutralize our own shortcomings to produce the most balanced, healthy offspring. It's a subconscious calculation. You might think you're falling for their sense of humor or their kind eyes, but Schopenhauer would argue that on a deeper level, the will to life is doing a genetic audit. For example, a very tall person might find themselves inexplicably drawn to a shorter person. A person with a calm demeanor might be attracted to someone more fiery and passionate. On the surface, we say opposites attract. Schopenhauer would say the will is balancing the genetic books for the future child. It's a ruthless, biological matchmaking service that we mistake for personal preference and destiny. The feeling of being made for each other is, in his view, the peak of this illusion. It's the will to life screaming, "This is the one." With them, you will create the optimal next step for the species. This drive is so powerful, it can make us overlook glaring flaws, red flags, and fundamental incompatibilities. Love is literally blind because the will to life puts blinders on us, focusing our attention solely on the goal of procreation. So, you follow this intense desire. You get together with this person, convinced they are your key to lifelong happiness. The mission is accomplished. A child is conceived, or at least the biological possibility has been fulfilled. And then what happens? This is where Schopenhauer's pessimism really kicks in. Once the will's goal is achieved, the illusion begins to fade. The passion cools, the vibrant colors of romance dim to a dull gray. You start to see the person for who they really are, flaws and all. The very qualities that once seemed charming might now seem irritating. The incompatibilities you ignored suddenly become major sources of conflict. Schopenhauer bleakly notes that marriage, in most cases, is the end of the romance and the beginning of a life of shared disillusionment. The trap has sprung. You are committed, perhaps with children and shared responsibilities, and the intense passion that brought you together has vanished, its job complete. You are left to deal with the consequences, while the will to life moves on, unconcerned with your personal happiness. He famously wrote that if you want to know if two young people in love are suited for each other, you shouldn't listen to their poetic declarations. Instead, you should focus on the child they would produce, because that child is the secret, unconscious purpose of their entire passionate affair. Their love is not for themselves. It is for that future individual and the survival of the species. This sounds incredibly depressing, doesn't it? It paints a picture of us as mere pawns in a biological game, with our deepest emotions being nothing more than a trick. But is there a way out? Or are we doomed to be perpetually duped by our own biology? Schopenhauer did offer a kind of solution, though it's not an easy one. He believed the only way to escape the suffering caused by the relentless striving of the will is to deny it, to see the illusion for what it is and transcend it. How? Through asceticism, compassion, and art. By engaging with art and philosophy, we can momentarily step outside of our own selfish desires and contemplate universal truths. We become a pure, will-less subject of knowledge. In these moments, we are free from the striving and suffering of the will. In the context of relationships, this means shifting our focus. Instead of a relationship based on passionate, in-love feelings, which Schopenhauer sees as fleeting and illusory, we could strive for a relationship based on a different kind of love. A love that isn't about fulfilling a biological imperative, but about genuine companionship, deep friendship, and what he called agape, or compassion. This compassionate love isn't about what you can get from the other person. It's about recognizing that they too are a fellow sufferer in this world, a fellow puppet of the will. It's a love born from a shared understanding of life's struggles. It's calmer, more stable, and more enduring than the fiery passion of romantic love. It's a conscious choice, not a biological impulse. So, while Schopenhauer's initial analysis of love is incredibly bleak, it doesn't necessarily mean all relationships are doomed. It's a powerful warning. Don't mistake the trap for the whole territory. The intoxicating phase of falling in love is just that, a phase, a biological tool. Real, lasting connection requires something more. It requires work, compassion, and a conscious decision to build a partnership that goes beyond instinct. By understanding the trap, we can learn to navigate it. We can enjoy the passion for what it is, without being completely blinded by it. We can appreciate the powerful chemistry, while also looking for genuine compatibility, shared values, and the potential for a deep, lasting friendship. In a way, Schopenhauer gives us the ultimate relationship hack. If you know the rules of the game, you can play it more wisely. You can acknowledge the powerful biological forces at play without letting them be the sole driver of your life's biggest decisions. You can choose to build a love that is less about the genius of the species and more about the shared humanity of two individuals choosing to walk their path together, clear-eyed and compassionate. So, is love a trap? According to Schopenhauer, absolutely. But perhaps knowing you're in a trap is the first step to finding true freedom within it. What do you think? Is Schopenhauer's view too cynical, or does it hold a kernel of uncomfortable truth? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective on this. And if you found this exploration of philosophy and love interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the ideas that shape our world. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.